When a man falls for you, he doesn't just show it through words or grand gestures. It's often the subtle, unconscious things he does that truly reveal his feelings. In this video, we're diving into 5 surprising psychological tricks men unknowingly use when they're head over heels. These aren't your average flirting tactics. These are deeply ingrained behaviors that happen without him even realizing it. By the end of this video, you'll have a clear understanding of how to decode a man's true feelings and know if he's genuinely crazy about you. Before we jump in, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss insights like these. When a man is deeply attracted to a woman, his mind and body go through a subtle but significant transformation. Emotionally, his levels of dopamine, the feel-good chemical associated with love and reward, skyrocket. This creates an intense desire to impress and connect with you. At the same time, his levels of norepinephrine increase, making him more alert and focused on you. When a man is deeply attracted to a woman, his levels of norepinephrine increase. As he becomes more enamored, these deep-seated emotional reactions shape his actions in ways that he may not even be aware of, resulting in certain unconscious psychological tricks. These tricks are not overtly manipulative. Instead, they are genuine expressions of his desire to bond with you and show his affection. When he's crazy about you, these behaviors are his brain's natural response to forming a deeper connection. Understanding these psychological shifts helps you recognize the signs that he's really into you, even if he's not saying it outright. Let's dive into the subtle tricks that reveal his true feelings. 5. Subtle territory marking. When a man is deeply drawn to you, his actions often reflect an instinctive desire to establish a quiet sense of connection and exclusivity. Unlike overt possessiveness, subtle territory marking is his way of demonstrating interest in a way that feels natural and unforced. This behavior often stems from an innate desire to signal affection and stake a claim to your attention without being obvious about it. It's about crafting a bond that others can sense but can't quite put their finger on. Shared experiences in group settings. In social gatherings, he may find ways to highlight your shared history. He could casually mention a moment the two of you shared or bring up an inside joke that only the two of you understand. It is not only makes you feel special, but also signals to others that there's a deeper connection between you. Physical placement. Pay attention to his positioning. He might stand closer to you, subtly placing himself in your personal space while maintaining a respectful distance. For example, he might lean slightly towards you when speaking, or instinctively position himself between you and a potential distraction. Casual physical contact. His touches are light and seemingly unintentional, like brushing your hand when passing something to you or gently placing his hand on your shoulder. These actions are ways of creating a sense of familiarity and comfort. A digital territory marking. In today's world, his interests might spill over into the digital realm. He could be the first to like or comment on your posts, often with thoughtful or witty remarks that stand out. Additionally, he might increase his activity on platforms you frequent, sharing posts or stories that align with your interests, ensuring he stays on your radar. Symbolic gestures. Sometimes it's even more subtle. He might gift you something small but meaningful, like a book he knows you'll love, or a playlist he created for you. These gestures, while understated, quietly bind the two of you together with shared significance. Through these actions, he's creating a subtle yet unmistakable signal that you're important to him. It's not about control, it's about connection. His goal is to communicate without words that you hold a special place in his world. 4. Heightened sense of responsibility. When a man is deeply attracted to a woman, he'll often take on a protector role, even in subtle ways. It's not always about grand gestures like paying for everything, but more often It's the small, unconscious acts that reveal his affection. For instance, he might instinctively walk on the outside of the sidewalk when you're together, or make sure that you got home safely by texting or calling you. These little actions are driven by his desire to protect and care for you, and they're often performed without him thinking twice about it. He may not realize that these behaviors are stemming from his feelings, but they're clear signs of his emotional investment. 3. Unintentional overcommunication. Another unconscious trick men often use when they're falling for someone is overcommunication. He'll find excuses to keep the conversation going, even when there's no immediate reason to. Maybe he sends you a meme or asks you a random question just to make sure you're still thinking about him. While he may pass these off as casual, harmless interactions, they are in reality his way of staying emotionally connected with you throughout the day. This behavior often comes across as him needing to check in with you, which can be a sign that he's thinking about you constantly. For example, he may send you a text in the morning just to ask how your day is going, or share something funny he saw because he wants to brighten your day and keep the conversation flowing. While these actions may seem like nothing, they're a sign of his subconscious desire to be involved in your daily life. 2. Fixation on small details. One of the most charming psychological tricks men unknowingly employ when they're crazy about a woman is their fixation on small details. If he's truly into you, he'll remember things that might seem insignificant but are meaningful to you. Whether it's your favorite coffee order, the way you like your hair, or that funny little story you told him weeks ago, he'll recall these things with incredible clarity. This isn't a conscious effort. It's his brain's way of showing that he values you and wants to connect on a deeper level. For instance, you might mention in passing that you love a particular type of flower, and a few weeks later he surprises you with a bouquet of them. Or he might quote something you said in a lighthearted conversation, making you realize that he was paying closer attention than you thought. These little acts demonstrate a man's emotional investment in you, and although they seem small, they speak volumes about his affection. It's as if he wants to show you that everything about you, no matter how trivial, is important to him. When he does this, it's a clear sign that he's not just interested in you on a surface level. He's paying attention because he's emotionally invested. 1. Emotional amplification. When a man is in love or infatuated, his emotions tend to become amplified around you. Whether it's laughter, excitement, or nervous energy, everything feels more intense when you're near. He might laugh a little harder at your jokes, become more animated when talking about something he's passionate about, or act a bit fidgety when you enter the room. This emotional amplification occurs because his brain is on overdrive, constantly processing his deep feelings for you. For example, even in a casual setting, when he sees you walk into the room, he might suddenly become unusually enthusiastic or nervous. It's as if his emotions are heightened and he can't help but show it. This amplification is his brain's natural reaction to being around someone he cares deeply about, and it often manifests as a heightened sense of excitement or anticipation. It's his way of showing you just how much your presence affects him. These behaviors might seem small, but they're rooted in a deep desire to connect with and impress you. The best part? Most of these tricks aren't even intentional. They're his heart and mind working together to show you how much you mean to him. With that said, thanks for watching, and until the next time.